And I will tell you right now, this is going to be a heck of a map for callouts. So you're going to have to forgive me in advance because the map is just really dense and it's hard to get an idea of callouts and where. So I'll do my best here. We're doing an overview of Endor. Beautiful map. One of the most beautiful multiplayer maps I've ever seen in any game. But also by that token means it's very difficult to see people. So starting off here, we'll see what's happening with Shanks. And they're doing some early match calisthenics. Get into the groove. And Jungle Cats are just chilling out here, waiting for the match to start.
The homing beacon from the first pod is active. Move out. We need to get there before the Imperials do.
So everybody's rushing for that first drop pod. The drop pods in this map tended to land fairly out in the open, so there's no real good way to get these. You just got to go in there and slug it out. In this case here, we have ASL Shanks team pushing hard. Gazelle King is team captain for his team, and he's now rushing up to get to the pod. ASL Shanks is a very aggressive team in all the games I've seen them play. They just push hard and hit hard. This is the first time I've seen Jungle Cats out at an event, so we'll see what they're made of. We got Tricky Silent taking the high ground again, and looks like Shanks sent a couple of his imps up there to take care of it. His body slides off the rebel transport. Let's follow these rebels here as they continue to fight. Looks like they're using that elevated terrain, but it's not to their advantage. Nobody's really got full claim on this. Going back to Precision here, the big heavy hitter from last match. And looks like they're putting a claim on this pod. And the Imperials have claimed it, but they need to defend it. So this is a pretty frantic fight over this pod here. As we zoom through the Endor undergrowth. See everybody's converging on this. And the fight is here. We have Rebels doing their best to defend this pod. And they've got about 15 seconds left to go. ASL Shanks is putting the heat on. They've got one guy here at the drop pod zone by himself. He overshot. The Rebels don't quite see him well. It looks like they are in. Shanks is taking possession. And the timer is restarting. And so again, one of the things with the drop zone is that you can reclaim a pod, but it restarts the timer. So now it's the Rebels who are having to push through. And we have Jungle Cats. We have a Jungle Cat member. He snuck in. Nobody sees him. He's going to take out that Imperial. And there's two Imperials on the transport that don't seem to notice him just yet. And he is making... No, he is not pushing for the drop pod. It looks like Shanks is probably going to take this, even though Jungle Cat's had a player right there. No, here we go. And he is toast. A good attempt. Another attempt at switching the pod over. And no, they did not. There was a good effort on their part to try and get that pod, but Shanks took it. And all the goodies that came out of it. So as we zip over and see what Jungle Cats is doing on there, and they're already at the other pod. Darth Exile is there, and they've taken the pod, and now it's just a matter of defending it. It takes Shanks a few seconds to get a feel where that pod is going to be, and sends his team out in full force. And now they are fighting over it. And it looks like Jungle Cats are not going to let that pod go. And we have Shanks sending a team in. Let's see, Tricky Silent here is holding down that pod. And again, the jungle terrain makes it really hard to get a sense of where everybody is. And that pod is sitting in that creek. And here's a player we haven't seen too much. This is Botangi98 off in the woods here. And it looks like the Imperials have swarmed that pod, and you know, once they dig in and get that pod, it's going to be really hard to take it back from them. Like I said, Shanks is known for having a very aggressive play style, and when he wants something, he's going to get it, and he's going to keep it. So it looks like he's doing a great job keeping those rebels in the bushes. Keep moving is the trick with drop zone. Even when you're defending, you can't just stay in one spot. You got to be mobile, and you got to flank. And Shanks is showing you why he is team captain of ASL. He is 12-7. Of course, Genesis, we haven't seen too much of him, rocking the Shadow Trooper skin. again, they are controlling this pod. Let's see how Kalos is doing on the Rebel side. They're regrouping, trying to get something together here. They know what they need to do, but it's always tricky, right? Making that push into that pod. There's always, you know, people lurking in the wings. They could be hiding, sniping. In this case here, we've got Precision up on top of the transport. Good use of the bubble shield. That was an incredible play. He actually popped his shield that allowed them to take the pod. And now it's just a matter of holding it. Olaf is bringing up the rear here. And they are reclaiming that pod. So the Rebels had it for a brief second. A little bit of fighting happening in the treetops of Endor here. Hopefully no Ewoks were harmed in the filming of this. So it looks like a little bit of a concentrated Rebel force is coming in. We got Olaf pushing from the tree line. And those Rebels are clustered. A well-timed thermal imploder would just do wonders right about now. If anybody's got one of those hiding in their back pocket. We got Precision hitting ground level, and not quite. Tricky Silent took him out. We got the team captain for the Rebels here. It's Gazelle King. And they currently have the pod, so they're in a luxury spot now. See a well-placed rocket launcher from a tree line. But again, that doesn't affect whether they're defending. So it looks like the Imps, yeah, the Imps moved in. And they've recaptured that pod, and now they're going to attempt to... And this is sort of that back-and-forth tug-of-war that you're going to see in matches like this. You know, it's not as simple as just getting it. You got to get it and reclaim it. And, you know, this is why the game timer is there. These matches tend to play out to about 10 minutes. But, you know, sometimes you'll get a sweep. Looks like we're in for a little bit more of a fight this time around. We're currently at 2-0 for ASL Shanks. But I think Jungle Cats are learning their techniques that ASL is using, and hopefully they'll adapt here. Oh, it's 3. My mistake. Sorry, 3-0 for ASL Shanks.
Move on it as soon as possible.
And they've got some breathing room right about now, which is exactly what they needed. Yeah, go ahead. So Shanks is enjoying a 3-0 lead right now, and you know, if I know Shanks, he's not going to let it sit. Normally, most teams would just take a nice, comfortable approach, but he is still pushing hard. Looks like Jungle Cats are all clustered. We've got Kalos here hiding in the tree line. They're currently